What's better than one ladybird? Well, of course, two ladybirds. But we're not stopping there. Three ladybirds. Yep. Are you ready to compare these? I know I am. Let's go. Welcome back to Old Fashioned Ways. I'm Doc Martinez, and I had a hell of a time getting these bottles. Yep. I woke up at 2:30 in the morning, went and parked, stood in line. They opened up at 8 o'clock, so I was there for quite a few hours. But some good came out of this. A few is I got to meet my buddy, Whiskey Shaman, and bonus Night Myth was there as well. So great to meet both those guys in person. It's great to meet the community because this is such a great community, and I love it. I loved every second of that. Plus, I got to get the new Ladybird 2026, but that's not the only thing. They actually had some cask-proof Ladybird for the first time doing cask-proof distillery only. So you had to be there for this one. So that's why I did it. My first time really camping out overnight to go get a bottle and enjoy it. I really did enjoy it. My uncle was there with me as well. He's the one that actually drove me. He's the one that usually goes for me, him and my mother-in-law. But my mother-in-law was down here helping with the brand new grandbaby. So my uncle was nice enough to take me out there and drive me out there. It was actually really cool to get to hang out with them. And he had done it a few times for me before with Garrison Brothers. So he already knew the routine, knew how it worked, made it a lot easier for me. But what we're doing today is three different bottles. We're going to ask ourselves, does proof matter? These are all Ladybirds, all released the same year, all from the same distillery, all made at the same time. The only difference is the proof, right? The proof. So the best way to do this, as always, is with the blind. So I do have some poured out over here. Now, I did do a review on the Ladybird, so if you have not seen that, I'll link it right here so you can see that. But I'm gonna compare these three. I'm gonna do this blind, and I don't want to know which is which. It's always fun to figure out, does this proof matter? And I'm gonna go over the proofs. I'm gonna go a little bit over these bottles as we go through this, but I'm gonna start from left to right and go from there. I just want to kind of first of all just kind of look at these, right? Ooh, yeah. So this one in the middle and this one are darker than this one already. So just by looks, I'm going to say that this might be the 114 proof. I know the 114 proof. I'll tell you the other proofs in a second. But just from the looks, I'm assuming that these two look a little bit darker. This one's a little bit lighter. And that could be it. But I can be completely wrong, right? All right, let's go in for that aroma. Now, Ladybird is a straight bourbon whiskey infused with wildflower honey and then finished in cognac. So a lot of sweetness in there. So a lot of sweetness. And that's what you get on the nose. You smell that honey. You smell the cognac. Not a lot of that whiskey comes through, but you have that little bit of Texas funk in there as well. That's interesting. This one's a little bit lighter. Now, these two smell different than this one. This one smells more of that honey, that sweetness, that cognac. These two smell a little bit more kind of mild, kind of more relaxed on that, kind of more of a balanced. So it doesn't smell as sweet as this one. So that also is making me think that that's probably going to be the original one. Now, I'm going to start sipping, and as I do every sip, I'm just going to start telling you a little bit about each bottle as well. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to correspond to that bottle because I don't know which is which, right? But I'm going to go in for this first one. It's a good pour. It's a unique, different honey, cognac, dark chocolate, fruity, plums, so much in there. There's a lot going on here, but it's on the sweet side. It's more on that sweet side. So great as it maybe a starter drink, a starter sipper, or an after dinner kind of like, when you do dessert wines, you're doing a dessert whiskey kind of sipper. And that's, what I think about these. Now I'm going to say, so the first one here is the Garrison Brothers 114 proof. And this is their OG. You can tell by the purple top. 114 proof. That's what it comes out every year. And so, as I said, it's infused with honey and finished in cognac casks. And the cognac casks are brought in from France in cognac XO casks. All right, let's go sip on the next one here. Oh yeah. So that middle sip was actually very, very different. A lot more balanced. The whiskey was there. You get some of that sweetness. You do that. But that's telling me that I feel, once again, I'm right, that this is the 114 proof. But this one was actually very, very nice. More of a whiskey kind of forward kind of drink. Ooh, I really enjoyed that one. All right, let's go in for this one. So before I go on to the next drink, I'm going to mention this bottle here. So this one is 135.7 proof, 135.7 proof. So this is actually the highest proof I have. They did have one that was 139, but they were sold out. A lot of that goes out to the original 300. So if you know anything about Garrison Brothers, this is the original 300. Look that up. Kind of interesting story. This was the highest proof they had that day. And so this is same thing, just a higher proof. All right, let's go for that third drink. Wow. You have a lot of those flavors, the similar flavors, but at the same time, very, very different. This one is a little bit more tannicky, a little bit more drying on the mouth, kind of dried out part of my palate, brought a lot of saliva forward, but a little bit more tannic, a little bit of bitterness in there as well, but actually still very, very nice. As I said, I'm gonna go through these again, kind of rank them and then kind of give you my last thoughts on that. But before I do that, let's talk about the last bottle I have up here. So this is the last one I have here. So this is 133.8 proof. So 114, right? And then we have 135.7 and 133.8. So almost a 2-point difference. Is that going to stand out? Am I going to be able to tell those differences? So I'm going to taste these. I'm going to rank them. And then I'm going to give you my guesses before I actually show which one's which. All right. So I'll be right back. It took me a moment, kind of taste them back and forth. Start going in between these two and kind of trying to figure out, okay, which one's that 135 and which one's that 133. And I keep going back and forth for two reasons. As I said, this one has a little bit of that tannicky, kind of almost a little bit of bitterness to it. And that makes me think, is that because there's more angel share that they go into that wood more, bring out more of those wood notes and make it a little bit bitter, thus being the higher proof? But at the same time, beginning of this one, I feel like this one's balanced and very nice and very just perfect, like a good balance of the two. And is it that higher proof that's actually letting the whiskey stand out more and, balance it out? Whew, tough decisions. So what I'm going to do is first give you my rankings and then give you which one I think each is. Now, so overall, this one was better balance, more flavor, enjoyed the whiskey, enjoyed the finishes, and got to get a good balance of both of them. I felt this was the most balanced out of all of them. Then I have these two, and I kind of go back and forth. I do like this one, but that little bitterness at the end is kind of throwing me off. The sweetness in this is, just what I've always expected in Lady Bird. And so that I'm enjoying as well. So let me one more sip here. Okay. This one's going to edge out this one today. And I'm pretty sure that this is the 114. Pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what that is. And the reason is it's that tannic kind of bitterness that keeps coming out, a little bit over woody. This one that it's a good pour. Don't get me wrong. If I had this one by itself, I really enjoy it. But as you taste these sweet ones and then go to this one, that tannic kind of bitterness stands out a little bit more. So first, second, third. Now, this is what I'm thinking. My brain just keeps going in the background trying to figure this out. I'm thinking this is the 133. I'm thinking this is the 114. And I'm thinking this is that 135. I think that's a 135. Yeah. So, well, should I just go for the winner? There's three of them, and I'm pretty sure that's the 114. So let's just go for my winner. Let's see who is the winner here. Nope, I was wrong. This is the 135.7. The 135.7, which should make my second place the 114. I was right about that one. That one's super sweet and just kind of like a dessert, which makes this one the 133.8. 133.8, which is very interesting. Very interesting that 133 is a little bit more bitter. It might have been where it was stored. It might have been the wood that was used. It might have been so many different factors in that. But that 135 is actually a really good pour. Now, if you want to know more about this one, now my buddy, the artist formerly known as Shaman, Off Topic Whiskey, has done a review on this one. By the time this comes out, that should be out already. So if there is, I will leave a link in the description and possibly here as well. So you can go into the details of this one, which is my number one. At the end, you know what I like to do. I always like to blend these. So let's put them all together here. And I'm gonna give you my final thoughts as this is kind of sitting and mingling. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm actually gonna go start editing. So here we go. Let's just let that set. Proof can make a difference, especially in something like this. Now, I think the Lady Bird is one of those that's a very unique and different pour. I've never had anything honey and cognac finish besides Lady Bird. I don't think I've ever had another whiskey or seen another whiskey do that. I think it's very unique. And when I was there, I want to say it was Nightmare that said, hey, that's probably a good one, if somebody that's starting off that's trying to get into whiskeys that wants something sweeter. And I kind of agree with them. If you want something sweet, why not try this? Yeah, high entry point, right? $180 is a lot of money to try that. But as I said, it's, if you look at my video, I said, it's very unique and something worth having on your shelf at least once to try it. Now, does proof matter? Apparently it did. The highest proof is actually what won for me today, but I felt like it balanced everything out. I believe the higher proof helped decrease that sweetness, balance out that honey and that cognac, but allow you to taste the whiskey as well, which I thought was interesting because I was pretty sure in my head that it was the 133. Let's go and taste this blend. Let's see if that balance it out. Did that kind of make everything a little bit better? Oh, that is very nice. That is very, very nice. You get that sweetness in the front, the tannicky in the end, but that balance in the middle. Ooh, and it lingers on that tongue. I love that, the way it lingers. You really have to like Texas whiskey, and definitely that Texas funk that Garrison brings forward to enjoy this one, because especially like when I blended it, that Texas funk is there and I do taste it. But if you ever want to try a whiskey that is very Texas forward, Garrison Brothers is the way to go with that. Garrison Brothers is definitely the way to go. And if you want something nice and sweet, try the Ladybird. Plus, it's helping out the wildlife. So, for a good cause. Well, my friends, thank you for joining me on another journey down my whiskey rabbit hole. To our next journey, my friends. Cheers.